these are double dash, which still a lot of Excel users are not aware of. With these, you can actually write powerful Excel formulas. And that's why in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 different levels to use these with examples. And if you're already using this, make sure to say yes in the comment section. And now let's start the video. In the level 1, I have this simple data here, but there is one big problem with this amount column. If I try to use sum function and try to sum these values, I don't get the exact sum of these values. Some of these values are actually stored as text. And here I have this option to convert them into a number, but that is something I don't want to do because this is a manual option and I want to have a dynamic solution. So what I'll do here, let me just let it stay here so that we can compare. So I'm going to use the sum function again, select this range and close this function. But before I hit enter, I'm going to simply use double dash here and hit enter. And now you can see I have the exact sum of these values. Now let me show you a simple way of understanding how these double dash or double minus works. If I specify this range here and hit enter, I get these numbers where I have numbers but few text values, numbers which are stored as text. And now if I specify one minus, single minus or single dash here, hit enter, it convert all the values in numbers but negative numbers. And now if I specify one more dash or one more minus here and hit enter, now I have all the values in exact numbers that I can use in the sum function to have a total sum in the result. In the level 2, let me use this function called length and select this range where I have mobile numbers. And when I hit enter, I get this count of the digits I have in every number. Now, if I count this count where I have, mobile number, the digit count other than 10, more than 10 or less than 10, how would I do this? If I just go with the COUNTIF function, let's say if I enter COUNTIF here and say length function again, select this range, come back. And in the criteria, if I say not equals to 10, close it, hit enter, I get this error with COUNTIF. So instead of using COUNTIF, what I'll do, I'll use a simple function, but I'll make it powerful using double dash. I'll start with length function again. I'll select this range, close it, and I'm going to say a condition to test anything not equals to 10. Hit enter, and I get true and false. True for all the numbers where the count of digits for the number is not 10 and false for the exact 10. And now I'm going to use double minus here, the double dash. I'll just use brackets, double dash, hit enter. And now I have 1 and 0 for true and false. And now simply I'm going to say sum, close this, hit enter. And this is the count of numbers where the count of digits is not 10. And this is one more simple way to understand how these double dash or double minus works. If I specify this value where I have true and also specify these double dashes here, hit enter, it converts true into 1 and false into 0. And this is the exact use of double dash or double minus. In the level 3 example, I have this data here with products, and then I have units, and then I have price. And this is the column where I have the actual value of all the units here, all the products here with the total. But if I use some product function here, let's say if I enter some product function and then specify this unit column in one argument for array 1, and then the price column, close this function, hit enter, I get this exact total that I have here. So here I don't need to use this helper column if I want to have the total amount here. But if I want to have a conditional sum product, in that case, I can use these double dash. What I'll do, I will add one more array here, and I'm going to say this is my array. And along with that, I'm going to specify a condition that is name of the product. Let me just wrap it in brackets. And here I'm going to use double dash. And when I hit enter, now I get total amount here, but only for a specific product. And if I change this product from here, I get that product's total amount. Now let me just show you how this entire formula works. Let me just add a few lines here. Let me just split this formula. Now in the first range, that's the array. When I press F9, I get these quantities, the units that we have in our data. And then we have this range where we have all the prices. When we multiply this 10 with 500 and then 25 with 300, and this way all the values in the arrays with each other, we get this final amount here. But when we use this condition, that is for the product name with double dash, and now when I press F9, you can see we have this array here that is 0, where we have 0 where condition is not met, and then we have 1 where condition is met. And that's how we only get total for the values from the array where we have product name matched. If I just change the product name, let's say if I go with raw peanuts, and if I go back and press F9, you see now I have 1 for the second value in the array, and you can see here the second value is for the raw peanuts, and that's how it just gives me the total for that selected product.